friends, Mrs. Roberts here, and today we are going to learn about science. Now, some of you may have heard this term before, and some of you may be like, what on earth is science? And that's okay, either way. Science is something kind of confusing, but what it does is it explains how the world works and how things work that are a part of this world. So it explains how trees grow or grass, flowers. It also explains how robots work or why balloons sink or float and different things like that. So today we're going to do an experiment because that's what scientists do. They do experiments to help them understand how things work. Okay? So for this experiment, I'm going to show you some Alka-Seltzer. Now, what this stuff is it's medicine. So if you ever see any around your house, do not use it. Do not take it without a parent permission, okay? What Alka-Seltzer does is when you put it in the cup, you can see it. It starts to bubble, okay? So it creates bubbles in the water that can help make your tummy feel better. But again, this is a medicine, so we do not take it without mom or dad. I'm using it as a science experiment because those bubbles are going to do something because I have more water in this little tube that has a lid, okay? And I'm going to put an Alka-Seltzer in this tube. What do you think is going to happen when I shut the lid and flip it over? This guess we're making right now is called a hypothesis. You are making a hypothesis right now about what you think is going to happen when I tip this over after I put the Alka-Seltzer in it. So think deep. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think nothing's going to happen? Do you think it's going to fall? Do you think it's going to, what do you think is going to happen? It's your idea. It's okay to say, I don't know, but I really want you to think about what do you think is going to happen? It could be nothing. It could be something really cool. It could be something crazy because it's your hypothesis. It is your idea of how this is going to work. So I'm going to make myself bigger so you can see everything. So does everyone have their hypothesis? If you don't have your hypothesis yet, please pause the video. Okay, so I'm going to uncap. Actually, before I do this, we got to do a little bit of safety because I'm using a computer. We don't want anything to happen to my computer when I'm doing this experiment. So I need to go get some towels. And safety goggles. Sorry, I ran away there for a moment. I had to go get my supplies. I've got towels and I've got safety goggles. So I'm going to put my towels down so I don't make a mess. Whoopsie. Oh, you're still here with me. Okay, so I got my towels down and I'm going to put my safety goggles on because you always want to be safe first. Now I'm going to grab my Alka-Seltzer. I'm going to break it into pieces. Again, this is why we have towels because it can be messy. So I got my pieces. Ready? Here we go. So, my safety goggles fell off when the experiment was about to happen and I couldn't get them. But I also knew what was going to happen, so I knew what to expect, plus my glasses were keeping me safe. Did anyone think that's what was going to happen? Were you right? How many of you think you know why that happened? And we're going to talk about this more during our live meeting today so that you can actually share your answers with me and we can do this again in person. But I want you to think about why that happened. What did those bubbles do? Why did they make it explode and shoot off like a rocket? Why did that happen? Think about your answer. And then we'll talk about it today during your live meet. Or I'll do all this again and we'll talk about it during your live meet. But I want you really thinking about this because this is science. This is how science works. We have to figure out why things work the way they do. Okay, now it is your turn to be a scientist at home. Now, we are not going to be exploding things at home unless you talk your parents into it. Today, you're going to be doing an experiment with the balloon I gave you. Either by yourself or with help from an adult, you are going to take the balloon I gave you and blow it up. Okay? Then I want you to take a minute before you do anything, and you're going to make your hypothesis. Okay? You're going to rub the balloon on your head or on someone whose hair is a little bit longer than yours, because your hair has to be about that long for this to work. Okay? So you're going to rub the balloon on your head, and then I want you to hypothesize what is going to happen. What is your hypothesis? What do you think is going to happen when you rub a balloon on your head? Do you think nothing's going to happen? Do you think it's going to pop? What do you think is going to happen? That is your assignment for today. I want to know, what is your hypothesis? So please respond to this video and post to me what you think is going to happen. And that is all you need to do for STEAM this week. I hope you had fun learning a little bit about science. Bye-bye.